The oxidation number of an element is equal to 0. For a diatomic oxygen gas that hasn't lost electrons or gained electrons, it is equal to 0. Iron, being monatomic, also hasn't lost or gained electrons, it is equal to 0. The oxidation number of an ion is equal to its charge. Manganese plus 2 ion, oxidation number is plus 2. For the sulfide double negative ion, it is also minus 2. Oxygen. Oxidation number of oxygen in a molecule is always minus 2. Example, water with oxygen, it's always minus 2, it's gained 2 electrons. Unless it is part of peroxide, then it's minus 1. So each oxygen atom has only gained 1 electron, it is minus 1. Unless it's with fluorine, then it's going to be positive. Fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen. Electrons will go to it in preference to oxygen. So oxygen will be positive because it's lost electrons. Hydrogen is always going to be plus 1. In carbonic acid here, each hydrogen atom is plus 1. Unless it's with a metal, then it is minus 1. Lithium is a metal, it has a lower electronegativity than hydrogen, so the electrons go to hydrogen, it will be negative. To work out the oxidation state of carbon here, there are 3 oxygens, so 3 times minus 2, that is minus 6, which equals the overall charge of minus 2. So the missing oxidation number for carbon will be plus 4. For dihydrogen phosphate ion, which totals a negative 1, 2 lots of plus 1 for the hydrogen, the oxidation number for phosphorus, plus 4 lots of oxygen, which have an oxidation state of minus 2, equals minus 1. So the missing oxidation state for phosphorus is 5. For the dichromate ion, 2 chromium atoms, oxidation state, plus 7 lots of oxygen is going to equal minus 2. 2 lots of chromium, oxidation number there is going to be plus 12, split over 2 ways, so each chromium atom is plus 6. Did a redox reaction occur? If there is an increase in the number, then that is oxidation. Here iron becomes the iron 3 ion. The number has gone from 0 to plus 3. It has increased, and also it has lost electrons. It is on the product side. If there is a decrease in the number, then it's reduction. It's gained electrons. Manganese goes from plus 7 to plus 2, and on the reactant side are the electrons because it's gaining them. Balancing redox equations. First you need to balance the atoms, then balance the electrons, balance the oxygens with water, balance the water with hydrogen ions. Sulfate becomes hydrogen sulfide. It goes from a plus 6 oxidation state to a minus 2. First we need to balance the atoms. 1 sulfur on the reactant side, 1 sulfur on the product side. Now let's do the electrons. It goes from plus 6 to minus 2. It's gained electrons. It's gained 8 electrons. It is on the reactant side because it is consuming them. Now balance the oxygens with water. There are 4 oxygens here, so I need 4 water molecules. Now balance the water with hydrogens. So there are now 8 hydrogens here, 4 times 2. In this one we also have 2 additional hydrogens, so that brings the total to 10. So we need 10 hydrogens. Let's do a check. The overall charge on the product side is 0. Plus 10 minus 8 minus 2 is equal to 0, so it's balanced. Half equations to full equations. You must balance the electrons used with those that are produced. Cancel out common factors, then rewrite it all together. Here are my 2 reactions. This is manganese, the permanganate ion going to manganese. 5 electrons are consumed. In hydrogen peroxide decomposing, 2 electrons are produced. This is not balanced. A common factor between 5 and 2 is 10. So I'll times this reaction by 2 to get 10 electrons, and I'll times this by 5 to get 10 electrons. So 10 electrons are produced for the 10 electrons that will need to be consumed. Rewrite this now all together, multiplying by these factors. So 8 times 2 is 16, 5 times 2 is 10, 1 times 2 is 2. Now the oxidation reaction, peroxide is times 5, so you see it there. Now we're writing the products. 2 lots of manganese, 8 lots of hydrogen, so 4 times 2 is 8, plus 5 times oxygens, plus 5 times 2 is 10 hydrogens, and then 2 times 5 is 10 electrons. Let's cancel this out. 10 electrons produced, 10 electrons consumed. 10 hydrogen ions produced, so 16 minus 10 equals 6. Finally, rewrite it with your cancellations removed.